At times you'll want to group objects together and maybe ungroup them later. Well, this is a feature that Illustrator has, and it's a very convenient feature that allows you to create a group and place objects within that group so that if you select one of those objects, they all get selected. If you change the color to one of those objects, they all get changed. If you move one of those objects, they all get moved. And let me give you an example of how this works. I've got all these objects here, and right now they're all separated. So if I wanted to move one, I would just click and drag, drop. If I wanted to change the color, I'd go in individually and change the color. Well, suppose I had a group of stars and I wanted to make it so that I didn't have to select each one. Well, let me go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and place several stars around this star. Okay, and as it stands now, if I wanted to change the color on these stars, I'd have to individually click on them and change their color. If I wanted to simply make a selection of these stars, I'd have to click each one. I'd hold Shift and keep clicking until each one was selected. If I wanted to move them, I'd have to move them all one by one. Well, if I create a group for these stars, then that's no longer an issue. Let me go ahead and select all of the ones that I want within the group. And all I've got to do is say Object Group. And now I've created a group so that anytime I click on any one of these objects, they all get selected. If I change the color, they all get changed. If I move one of these objects, they all get moved. To ungroup these objects, I'd click on one of them and then I'd say Object Ungroup. And now if I click off of them and then click back on them, they are separated. So now they're back to their independent state.